YouTube, what is going on? I hope everyone is doing well and you're having an awesome weekend so far. So today on the channel we are going to customize the Xbox Series X. So in this video I will take you through a simple step-by-step guide on how to take the Xbox apart, paint it, and obviously install some RGB lighting, etc. as who doesn't love some RGB? So obviously a little disclaimer, if you follow this tutorial and it goes wrong, etc., then it definitely is not my fault. So do this at your own risk. With that said, it is pretty straightforward, and if you take your time, I'm pretty sure you will have no trouble. So let's get into this. So first up, all you are going to need for this project is a T8 Torx driver and a pry tool. So the first thing we have to do to get inside is of course remove that back plate. There are two screws that we need to remove. One is behind the Xbox label located here, and the other is behind this black sticker. So just go ahead, peel them back, remove the screws. You don't actually have to puncture the Xbox label up top like some of the tutorials have shown you so far. You can easily just peel these back. Mine's peeled off with no trouble at all. So now that you have done that, go ahead and grab your pry tool and insert it into the bottom of the Xbox at either side. Then simply go ahead and lift it up. When you have one side up, put something there to hold it and do the same on the other side. And when the bottom two tabs are released, you can easily just pull the rest off. Just take it nice and easy, as obviously you don't want to break any of the tabs, but again, it's pretty simple. Just lift it away and you should have no trouble. Okay, so now that we are inside, the first thing you're going to do is remove the fan. You just have to remove these three screws here, then simply unplug the fan and it will just slide out towards you. Now the last screw that you have to remove on the inside is for the disk drive cover located here. So the rest of the screws that we need to remove are located on the bottom behind the stand. So now we are going to go ahead and remove that. This is also pretty straightforward. If you take a look at the bottom of the Xbox on the inside, you will see a little tab. Simply use your pry tool to go ahead and lift this up. Then you can go ahead and twist the stand off and it will reveal the rest of the screws. There are 5 here in total to remove. Now that you have removed those, you can go ahead and pull the disk drive cover away. It does have some rubber feet on it, so it can feel a little tight to start off with, but if you just give it a little wiggle, it will definitely just pull away. When you have taken that cover off, you will see the connectors for the drive itself, so just go ahead and unplug these, then you can slide the drive out with ease. So now that we have all the screws removed, we do have a scary part to do, and that is to remove the ribbon cables. I never enjoy removing ribbon cables, but in the Series X it is pretty straightforward when you know how, so thankfully I have made this video to show you. So the bottom ribbon cable, which is obviously the larger one, has a little catch that you just go ahead and lift up with a pry tool, then it will simply pull away. The top ribbon cable was a little harder to remove until I understood how to remove it. All we have to do is simply press down. There is a little mechanism on the connection itself. If you press down on it, it will release the cable and allow you to just pull it away. So now that we have done that, all that is left to do is go ahead, lift the internals upwards, then simply pull them away from the housing. So that's the hard part over, and now it's time to give this a coat of paint. So before you go ahead and give this a spray, I suggest grabbing some superfine sandpaper and removing the protective layer from the box itself. Doing this will give the paint something to stick to. Just make sure it is super fine sandpaper. You don't want to be making any large grooves, dents, anything like that. Just lightly remove the top layer. When you have done that, just go ahead, mask everything up and go ahead and spray it whatever colour you wish. So now that we have everything painted up, it's time to go ahead and install our RGB. The method that I am using here doesn't involve any soldering. I know that in the past I have went ahead and soldered the RGB to the internals, etc. But a lot of you gave me feedback that you would prefer to have a non-solder method, so this is what I'm doing. I will be making another full custom Xbox. The one that I have done here was just something quick so that I could throw a video together for you, and that will involve showing you guys how to go ahead and solder your RGB to the internals, etc. But for now, this is the easier method. So go ahead and grab your RGB tape, and what we are going to do is stick it around the fan shroud. As you can see, the shroud does have a little gap in it, perfect for feeding the tape through, and this will allow you to route it to the bottom of the case. As you can see, I have simply ran the wire through the hole on the backplate. Then from there, all you have to do is put everything back together, plug in your RGB, plug in your Xbox, then simply marvel at what you have created. And obviously, you can get back to grinding those diamond camos on Cold War. As you can see, I went for a simple white console with a grey top, and I done this because it really does suit my living room setup, which there will be a full setup tour coming very soon, so definitely make sure you are subscribed for that. You can of course set the RGB to a standard colour or have it go crazy with the rainbows, whatever suits your setup. So that pretty much rounds this tutorial up. If you want to see more Xbox content, definitely hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on, as I will be dropping loads of videos on this channel. And of course, if you want to ask any questions, you can go ahead, join the Discord server. There are loads of people on there that will be willing to help. Or you can go ahead, follow me on Twitch. I do live stream a lot and answer questions while I'm playing games, etc. So until the next one, guys, take care.